You are listening to the PNX Report.
PNX Report.
PNX Report.
PNX Report.
PNX Report.
PNX Report.
Live only on PNX TV.
Okay, so once again, a very big welcome to PNX TV. So currently, Nigeria had their elections yesterday, the 26th of February 2023, was when all eligible voters in Nigeria went to the polls to cast their ballots. Now, we are having some significant changes because what a lot of people were expecting, contrary to the hopes of people that one person who was acclaimed that he's going to take on the mantle, he's going to take the mantle and claim the victory. That is not what is really happening. I'm talking about none other than Peter Obi, who stood on the ticket of the Labour Party. Now, for us to understand this whole elections, once again, we need to also go through the candidates. If you are new here, we need to go through this. And for the sake of those who are not in Nigeria and who are not familiar with the Nigeria political landscape, let's look at this. So a preview of it is on the screen. So there are many people who are standing for president, but the two main contenders in Nigeria's election, always for the past 30 years, has always been APC, PDP. They always lead the frontier. Olusegun Obasanjo, he was part of the PDP, and his vice is now currently running for president. And also Tinubu, his current party, that is the party of Mr. Buhari, which is APC. So the two-party system, just like what we have here in Ghana and even in US, that's the same thing that applies in Nigeria. But for the first time, we have a third contender who have shown that he's also a formidable force and also a force to contend with. His name is Peter Obi. Peter Obi, previously, he was part of PDP, or he was in the PDP party, but he resigned from PDP and joined the Labour Party because he thought that he had it all, or he had a vision, and he had what it takes to lead Nigeria and perhaps change the landscape, the economic crisis and all of that of Nigeria. But unfortunately, the results which is coming in is suggesting otherwise. Tinubu is standing for APC, which is the All Progressive Party. Mr. Peter Obi is standing for the Labour Party, and Mr. Abubakar Atiku is also standing for the People's Democratic Party. But today, the results coming in suggest that the self-acclaimed, or the one that many thought he was going to win the election, Peter Obi, is losing. In fact, if there should be a runoff, I don't think he will make it, because the two people who are leading the frontier now is Tinubu and Atiku. Experts already warned that this was going to happen because they believe the two-party system in Nigeria was too huge, and it had come a long way for any person or any third contender to break even that particular mesh. So that is what we are seeing now. So the big question is, why did he lose? Now, if you go on Twitter, obviously, if you are someone who is into politics, please don't listen to Twitter people, okay? They are the same people who will be raising you, who will be embracing you, showering praises on you, giving you the go-ahead. But election is not won on Twitter, and that's exactly what we are seeing. Even though he had massive support, Peter Obi, he is currently losing. Now, his supporters are claiming that based on instances that started happening from yesterday evening to dawn, Monday dawn, up until today, Monday evening, it's evident that this whole election may have been rigged. I'm using may because even though there were things that happened that showed that this election was not really credible, we can't say that it wasn't credible in total. Every election has its own fault. Okay, every election has its own fault, and that is how it is. Even if you do any skill, you need to give a little bit of a margin of error because something could go wrong, and that is what is really happening. So we have instances where certain places, certain constituencies could not cast their vote due to one unforeseen things or the other. It's a whole lot of things. And today, as I'm speaking to you now, the fans of Peter Obi are saying that, hey, we are not shocked because this election was rigged. I'm in here with my sister, my colleague. What is going on? And why are people on Twitter saying that Peter Obi won in their hearts, but on the ballot, they've stood the election as usual?
They stood the
Do you think
election.
he had even that much support?
He had
to
that
win
much
the elections
support
in the first place?
Okay, so
looking at the statistics coming out from the various states, because the Electoral Commission of Nigeria started announcing.
That's the Independent National Electoral
Commission,
It's
yeah.
called INEC.
Yeah.
INEC, yeah.
They have started announcing most of the results from some of the states.
Yeah.
And looking at it so far, it looks like Peter Obi, like it was being said earlier before the election by the governor of Anambra State that he has told Peter Obi personally that he's not going to win this election.
So why did he, if he knew he was going to win, why did he?
Oh,
He should have stick with the
he
PDP.
knew he will win, but someone told him he wouldn't win. I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I'm getting
So
you now.
somebody that
And people are also saying he won
he won.
because there are some cases that say, oh, Peter Obi won 11,000. Then they'll come back again and say Peter Obi 100. I mean,
No, I don't think anyone is trying to. Though rigging of election is something
and
that will
I
definitely
personally have
happen.
found videos. I don't want to put some of the videos on the screen, but I found videos. If you go to Peter Obi on TikTok, there are videos that they are posting. That's one old woman. She was just inflating the figures and she was scored. She's even a professor in one of the universities.
So that
in
means they
Nigeria.
were rigging the election
I wouldn't
against
say that
Peter
they are
Obi.
claims, but
They
we
are
don't
cl-
have
okay.
evidence to it. And
So-
even every election
It
has
happens. That's what I'm
some
saying.
margin of
It
errors.
happens. It
But
happens.
they believe he won.
They believe he
won.
won, and the
Because
the organization handling
80% of Nigerian youth voted for him or perhaps-
Nigerian youth.
Yes. Yes.
But you know there are other people too that don't support him.
They are.
So perhaps those that don't support him are more than the youth that voted for him. Who knows? I mean, when in Ghana,
Because
when
they say
people were
in
saying
the
we
South,
won,
yes.
they went to court,
Yeah.
and they were making noise. At the end of the day, they confessed that they didn't even have a pink sheet. So it could be that they think they won,
Yeah.
but behind closed doors, working with Diggett and counting the ballot papers and all, it will show that he didn't win. If he had won, maybe if he was closer to the winning team, that is the APC, maybe he was the second. But this one, he's like the third or
He's
the
the third. So even
yes.
if there's a runoff, he can't. He can't.
Exactly. So if he was the second,
That's the sad thing. And I think that there was some kind of discrepancy here because he wanted to lead.
okay,
And I believe Atiku Abubakar too felt he's gone 5 times. If really if really Nigeria wanted a change, I believe they would have allowed Mr. Peter Obi to be the front runner for the PDP.
okay,
Because Atiku Abubakar has gone 5 times and he's lost on all of these occasions, and per the result is coming in, he's still losing. So why don't you put a formidable person in front or at the front line of PDP who can just amass not just extra votes from the Labour Party, the youth, and even the PDP itself? He's going to get a lot of votes. If Peter Obi stood on the ticket of PDP, I'm sure we won't be having this discussion now.
Okay.
He will have been winning hands down. Even if there were claims of election rig and stealing and changing of ballot papers and a whole lot of things, you can't. Because he will have won by so much margin that no matter the ballot process you print, still you win.
Okay, so
But
I
this
chanced on an article that was saying that critics hazard that Peter Obi left PDP because he knew at the primaries he was never going to win. At the primaries, because he made a statement that when it comes to election, there are a lot of things people do underground. I mean, trying to
Buy
win delegates to their side so that
Yeah.
when it's time for primaries they vote for them. But there was a coin term by Peter Obi saying that we don't give shishi. That means we don't give anything into all. No, as for him, he's not giving out any money to win any delegate to his side, so that at the end of the day they are going to vote for him. So probably he knew, say, the other party, and I say his counterpart is definitely going to give out something that they would vote in favor of him against him. So he just had to sideline himself and then
Because he's a man of principle. He wanted
principle.
to change the
But this is a
status quo.
person that there've been several allegations against him. There was a scandal. He got involved when he was a governor. As a
There's a scandal. Mind you, all the other ones or all the other contenders, Mr. Bola Tinubu, in fact, they say he's the kingpin of corruption in Nigeria. Tinubu, the kingpin, Lagos. You see, the whole Quen 419, it came from his handbook. kingpin. And for Atiku Abubakar, his own is worse. 76 years, 4 years will be 80 years. What does he want in power? So if this man wanted to change the status quo that I want to win legitimately and serve the people, he should have, because we at the end of the day, Tinubu will be president, we will come back and we'll be crying, the economy is not good, old men with no brains and all of that. But we, the youth too, we had a chance to change the status quo by refusing money. You can't buy my vote. The moment we let politicians know that our vote is priceless, that is when the wind of change starts to blow.
Okay.
But if you are giving me 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira, and I'm taking it, okay, I'm going to vote for, I'm pledging, I'm going to vote for you. I'm selling my vote. And anytime I sell my vote to someone or a political leader, when he or she comes into power, he also has a mandate to get back his investment because it's business.
Yeah.
Of course, it's like me, getting money, going to pay bride price. At the end of the day, we don't buy women, okay? But at the end of the day, I'm expecting something from my wife. You don't expect a married man like me to go and stand at Ashawulai. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I'm married. I've done the due thing that's supposed to give me that pie in the evening. That, do you get what I'm saying? So,
but let's just say that
buying vote, that is the so the man was just
being genuine.
He's thinking, he's a generational thinker. He's a generational thinker.
Okay.
He was thinking 20 years ahead of time. Unfortunately, people are thinking 20 years backwards. Okay. But at the end of the day, you see, this man, God forgive him, but if they don't allow this man to be president, or if he doesn't win now and then, what worries me is that in the next 20 years we'll be celebrating him because he stood for change. Okay, and I believe the wind of change is coming. See, if Nigeria is able to elect Peter Obi as president, it's going to affect the whole world. It will start from Ghana, which means you are going to dump NPP, NDC.
Yeah.
It will affect America too.
Yeah.
It will affect every part of the world. Do you get what I'm saying? And I believe it starts because now, as I'm speaking to you now, all of us, our jobs are in jeopardy because right now people are using artificial intelligence to do virtually everything. Okay, it's a wind of change. Everything now is AI. So when the wind of change starts like that, and Nigeria is the leader of that, okay, just like what happened in the 1950s when Ghana gained independence, Nigeria followed, Senegal followed, it's going to be a wind of change. It's going to spread. And I believe it's time.
Yeah. So I think that it's a stepping stone for Peter Obi. This is the first time he's trying to contest for presidential seat. So maybe the next time elections will go on again, he can go and work on himself and then do much of cross examination so that he knows where to tackle and where not to tackle. And I think that as time goes on, he's young, so maybe probably he might get an opportunity to be a president.